I've never had this happen, but I imagine if a possum fell out of a tree and started trying to scratch your eyes out, it would be something similar.
Sir, do you mind moving?
I'll get the knocker stuff.
No knocker stuff, sorry.
And did you feel threatened, Miss Rafferty?
I was carried down gently. He's crying.
I'm clinking the bottom of the glass, so when I... Guess what body part I want you to kiss now?
Most celebrities walk into an interview trying to seem cool, composed, professional. Ryan Gosling walks into an interview and within 10 minutes, the host is crying with laughter.
And I said, why?
The co-star has lost all composure, and Ryan is standing there completely deadpan like nothing happened. He doesn't do loud, he doesn't do obvious. He just says the most unexpectedly precise thing at the exact wrong moment, and everyone around him falls apart. This is what happens when you put the world's most effortlessly funny man in a room with other people. Nobody walks out the same.
Man, you got screwed.
Oh, you think, Todd?
In 2015, Ryan Gosling hosts SNL for the first time. The sketch is called Close Encounter. 3 people were abducted by aliens. 2 of them, Gosling and Cecily Strong, had a transcendent, beautiful experience. McKinnon's character, however, had quite a different experience. She describes everything that went wrong for her, and then she gets to the part where the aliens dropped her. According to the sketch's own writers, Gosling always lost it the moment McKinnon described being tossed onto the roof of a Long John Silver's. His next line is simple. Man, you got screwed. 4 words, he cannot get them out.
Man, you got screwed.
Oh, you think, Todd?
Gosling later said about McKinnon, "She's a genius. Once you get into her orbit, you're sucked into the gravity of her talent, and there's no fighting it." He knew it from the very first rehearsal. The writers knew it too. Lorne Michaels gave them a million high fives. 2 years later, Gosling hosts again. The writers bring back Close Encounter. Same characters, same setup. He knows what's coming. He breaks anyway. This time, McKinnon escalates everything physically. She asks Gosling to stand and face the wall so she can demonstrate how the aliens examined him. She tells investigators she doesn't think the aliens had ever seen a crack before, that they thought they were trying to put Humpty Dumpty back together again, as she pressed her hands on either side of his butt, pushing, slamming, jiggling one cheek against the other. Eventually, she put her entire face into his backside. The chair Gosling was gripping for support nearly tipped over as he shook with laughter. When he finally sat back down and was asked to describe his own experience, his voice broke on the very first word. He never had a chance.
We were led down a passageway of light, cradled by what felt like a big fuzzy mitten.
April 2024. Gosling hosts SNL for the 3rd time. The writers put him in a Beavis and Butthead sketch. He plays Beavis. Mikey Day plays Butthead. The 2 characters are sitting in the audience at a News Nation town hall about AI reacting to everything in character.
Really don't know that you look like Beavis and Butthead.
The sketch is so committed and so objectively ridiculous that Gardner cannot get through a single line without laughing. She tries, she turns away, she comes back, she's gone again.
Sir?
Gosling as Beavis is fully in character, and then starts breaking when Gardner falls apart.
Sir?
But even he starts breaking when Gardner falls apart. An SNL cast member breaking character is notable. The host breaking is expected.
I'm very busy too.
Both happening simultaneously, feeding off each other, in a live broadcast. That's the sketch becoming something else entirely. It became one of the most viral SNL moments of the entire year, specifically because neither of them could keep it together. March 2026. Gosling hosts SNL for the 4th time. The sketch is called Wedding Tradition. He plays a wedding guest who keeps clinking his glass to make the bride and groom kiss, but with increasingly specific instructions about exactly what kind of kiss he wants. He barely makes it through the first line before he starts going. The sketch itself gets more absurd with every clink. When the bride's siblings start giving a toast and he has to clink for them too, Gosling just reads his lines through barely contained laughter, half turning away from camera between sentences.
Kiss.
Cast member Ashley Padilla, who was supposed to be a straight character in the sketch, starts cracking alongside him. She later said in an interview that she was terrified she'd get fired for breaking. She didn't. SNL boss Lorne Michaels told her, "This show takes on Ryan's spirit. That tells you everything about what Ryan Gosling does to a room. Same episode, different sketch." Passing notes. Gosling plays a school principal. Ashley Padilla plays a teacher. They read notes out loud that students have been passing in class. The twist, the writers secretly changed all the notes between rehearsal and the live broadcast. A message appears on screen before the sketch begins, warning the audience that the notes are not the ones they rehearsed.
Oh, it's about me. Okay.
She said, "Do you have any makeover tips for me?" ChatGPT just answered no.
Gosling reads a note that says the principal missed 133 layups in a row in the school gym, and after each miss said, "There's gotta be a way to do this." And then when he finally made one, tried to rip his t-shirt off to celebrate, but couldn't do it and just stretched it out.
33 layups in a row. When he finally made one, he tried to celebrate by ripping his t-shirt in half.
He reads this about himself, as himself, live on television. He makes it through about half the note before he's done. Padilla is gone from the first sentence. The audience is watching two people discover a joke in real time, and it's funnier than anything that could have been rehearsed. 2017. Ryan Gosling and Harrison Ford are doing press for Blade Runner 2049. They sit down with British morning show host Alison Hammond for an interview on ITV's This Morning. Alison Hammond comes prepared. She has brought in special drinking glasses from the original 1982 Blade Runner film. Accurate props, a genuine effort to impress the stars and their fans. Gosling is delighted by this. He asks her if she's a fan of the original. "Never seen it," she says, and immediately cackles at her own answer.
Used. Beautiful. So I thought, attention to details for fans will probably like that.
That's so cool that you did that. Yeah. Are you a fan of the original?
Never seen it.
I appreciate your...
That's the match that lights the fire. Gosling loses it. Ford loses it. The special glasses get used, drinks get poured. Ford, when asked what his reaction was to being called back for the sequel, jokes that his answer was basically, "Show me the money."
Would you be interested? I said.
How much?
Show me the money.
Gosling's response to Hammond, "I appreciate your candor," while visibly shaking, is one of the greatest interview moments of his career. Three people who should not have been this funny together, completely destroying each other for 6 minutes.
You guys need help with the cameras? Can Surprised how, some people were kind of clutching their pearls about my Ken, as though they ever thought about Ken for a second before this.
Yeah, you feel like
In 2023, a photo of Ryan Gosling in costume as Ken leaked online before the Barbie movie came out. The internet had opinions. Some people felt he was too old for the role. Some felt he was wrong for it. The discourse was loud. Gosling went on The Tonight Show and addressed it in character energy. Completely dry, completely precise, absolutely deadpan. He pointed out that nobody was having that conversation about the actual Barbie. Nobody was saying Margot Robbie was too glamorous for the role. The outrage was selective. The criticism was absurd. And Gosling dismantled it in about 40 seconds without raising his voice once.
I want to ask you about this photo I saw. I just want to ask you questions about it. I saw the internet.
Well, the internet's been trying to break me for years.
Yeah.
So
it finally got
gave me no other choice.
You were Ken in the new Barbie movie, and this is fantastic. Were you surprised by the great reaction this photo got?
I was surprised how, some people were kind of clutching their pearls about my Ken, as though they ever thought about Ken for a second before this.
Yeah, you feel like he's
They never
an
played with Ken.
underappreciated character.
He then became, for the entire press tour, the single most committed Ken advocate on the planet. He talked about Ken's emotional journey. He took Ken's forgotten storyline personally. He was more invested in Ken's arc than most people are in their own lives. The contrast between the ridiculous subject matter and Gosling's complete sincerity is the whole joke. And it worked every time. BuzzFeed's Puppy Interview. The premise is simple. Put celebrities in a room with puppies and try to interview them.
Oh, he's eating it. He's eating it. Whoa, my dude. My dude.
Oh, they all want to eat it. Watch
It works because puppies are chaos agents and most people cannot focus. Ryan Gosling and Margot Robbie do the interview together for Barbie Press. Margot is enthusiastic, warm, and immediately engaged with every dog that approaches her. Gosling, however, is operating on a different frequency entirely. He is delivering his answers while a puppy is on his head. He is giving serious, considered responses about the themes of the Barbie film with a dog in his lap. His energy is so incongruously calm compared to the absolute mayhem happening around him that Margot keeps breaking just watching him be so unbothered.
With this little agent of chaos,
I think you have to. No, don't let him go.
We live in a society, bro. Okay, so you gotta.
Let me.
Oh,
he's back. No. I can't believe you
I did that for you.
Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone have been making each other laugh since they met auditioning for Crazy Stupid Love in 2011. They've done 3 films together. They are, by all accounts, each other's favorite person to work with. The story they tell on the Graham Norton Show about filming the Dirty Dancing lift scene from Crazy Stupid Love is one of the best stories from either of their careers. Emma Stone ran toward Gosling for the lift. He picked her up over his head, and then, in his words, it was like, a possum fell out of a tree and started trying to scratch your eyes out.
What did I do, Ryan?
I've never had this happen, but I imagine if a possum fell out of a tree and started trying to scratch your eyes out, it would be something similar.
Stone panicked midair. She grabbed his face. She scratched at him. She was not in any way having the time of her life. Gosling, but who had never experienced that reaction before, had to figure out what was happening while also holding a full-grown woman above his head. The way he tells this story, completely straight-faced, while Stone sits next to him increasingly mortified, is perfect. And the way she keeps trying to explain herself and making it worse is even better.
These are spy weed dealers. A lot of people don't know that pigeons deliver the weed to the spies because they can't be interacting with people. Yeah. They moonlight as paparazzi. That's their cover, but they're really delivering spy weed.
2022. Gosling is promoting The Gray Man for Netflix, in which he plays a trained CIA assassin. To promote the film, Netflix puts him in front of a table of old-school spy gadgets and asks him to identify each one. Gosling looks at the gadgets. He does not identify a single one correctly. Instead, he makes up entirely fictional names and functions for each item with complete confidence.
Oh, that's a spy bong. You keep it in there. And then the bottom is a pencil, so you can write down all your amazing spy ideas that the spy weed gives you.
He handles a device and describes it as an herb grinder. He picks up another one and invents a use for it that has nothing to do with espionage. The bit works because he commits to every single wrong answer as though it is obviously correct.
This is a one-hitter. It masquerades as a cufflink, but it's a spy weed one-hitter.
He's playing a CIA assassin in the movie and cannot identify a single thing on this table, and he treats this as entirely normal. The interviewer is trying to keep the bit going while also genuinely not knowing if any of his answers might accidentally be right.
Are you high? Are you high on spy weed?
Early career Ryan Gosling. He shows up to late night with Jimmy Fallon with his dog George, hoping the dog will carry the interview so he doesn't have to talk about himself. It doesn't fully work. The interview moves to a story about a visit to a Turkish bathhouse that did not go the way he expected. He describes arriving, being given a small cloth, being unclear on the parameters of the situation, and then a man beginning to work on his stomach in a manner he was not prepared for.
Have you ever been to the Turkish bath? You know? So I thought, okay, I had some fantasy about it being something like, you know, like being waved with palm leaves and fed grapes. And it's not that at all. It's just like a big, hairy Turkish guy that washes you with the bar of soap.
No, I would do it now. Now I'm intrigued.
What makes it funny is the specific, careful way Gosling tells an increasingly uncomfortable story while maintaining complete dignity and deadpan delivery throughout. He is not performing embarrassment. He is reporting events.
And he was just washing me with this bar of soap, and I was like, am I paying for this? This is terrible.
You actually had to pay for it.
Yeah, this washes me for a while, and then I go on my front, you know?
Uh-huh.
And then he tries to connect my
my right foot to my left arm, and he's trying to connect them like this, and I'm in such pain. I go like that.
Yeah.
And his belly goes in my mouth.
That's extra right there. You gotta pay extra for that one. Gross.
The gap between the clinical tone and the content of what he's describing is the joke. Fallon is laughing from the second sentence. Gosling never wavers.
You know how when you eat something weird, your brain sends your tongue to investigate? No, but listen, you know what I mean? It's like you go...
Ryan Gosling on The Graham Norton Show telling the story of how he became a cellophane salesman at school as a child. His parents had somehow obtained a very large supply of cellophane wrap. They encouraged the young Ryan to take it to school and sell it to his classmates. He dutifully went and attempted to build a cellophane business. Nobody wanted cellophane. He explains this on national television to a room full of people as though it is a completely reasonable anecdote, which it is not.
Encouraged me to go to school and see if I could sell it to my teachers, or put a few in my backpack and try and hawk them at recess, you know? Convince kids that they might be good stocking stuffers for their parents.
Norton's panel is losing it. Gosling explains the logistics of trying to move cellophane at a middle school with the same gravity other people use to discuss major life decisions. He is not embarrassed. He is also not aware of why this is funny. This is the clearest possible window into who Ryan Gosling actually is. Ryan Gosling doesn't try to be funny. He doesn't time his jokes. He doesn't lean into moments. He just says the thing that is most accurately true in the most precise way possible.
Nice as someone. The dream was someone would just say, I'll take all of it. Never happened. It's a weird story. I don't know.
It is a bit weird now,
Yeah.
you tell it. Yes.
And somehow, that is the funniest thing in the room every single time. Every interviewer who has sat across from him has left slightly off balance. Every co-star who has been next to him on a live set has broken at least once. And every time he hosts SNL, the entire cast forgets they're professionals. He is the calmest chaos in Hollywood, and nobody around him is safe. If you want more celebrity breakdowns, unexpected interview moments, and the kind of content that makes you forget you were supposed to be doing something else, subscribe to Fame Vault. Drop a comment with your favorite Ryan Gosling moment, and we'll see you in the next one.